Welcome back to 4 Geeks by Geeks, where geeks come to geek out. As you'll see, we still don't have a full table because we had Lucas back for a week but lost Jeff's, and then Jeff's has come back and now Lucas goes. But fun fact, they're actually beefing and they just don't want our community to know. So maybe they'll hash it out at some point and be back on a stream together.
Lucas came back and remembered what this shit was. I'm like,
I'd rather go back to the army.
I'll be gone next week and every other week.
Luke. We are now taking bets for the King of the Ring fight that Lucas and I will be having to prove who is right and who is wrong. We don't actually know what the argument is about. It's just there's beef.
Listen, you just gave good quality content idea for our 24-hour live stream.
Actually, though,
Yes.
if Seamus, if we can get Moose in on this, and get Lucas, and get Moose to agree to let Lucas use his VR headset, Lucas and I could box in VR.
I also have a VR headset, just to clarify.
Oh, okay. So if you get Blade and Sorcery, there's mods that we can have multiplayer in, and I think he and I could just have gladiator pit fights against each other for like an hour and a half.
The best part is I am picturing this in Boser's living room, and I know there is not the adequate space for this, which makes it that much better.
Yeah,
we wouldn't even need to wait.
I am pushing furniture around, Boser. You think I'm going to let them just go at it uncoerced by the real environment around them?
Yeah.
No, I am sliding a chair between them to watch them
Oh,
trip.
Jesus.
Oh, well, and now we have an ottoman that's much easier to slide.
Oh, that's perfect.
We also wouldn't need to do the. I mean, okay, no, this.
Jeff, since we've seen you move in VR, so yes, there needs to be space.
Well, no, I was just saying, like, this wouldn't need to be part of the big, like, 24-hour stream. We could do this separately. But yeah, I'm realizing the stupidity in the statement that I just tried to make.
Shut your stupid whore mouth.
And let T talk. Understood. Right. Sorry, Daddy. I mean, Daddy. Fuck.
Daddy. We're here to do something, and that's play City of Mist. If you're confused by that introduction, it's because we really should stop recording at 8 a.m. because we don't. They record at 9. We talk about stupid shit for an hour when we talk about being productive, and then one of us just says something funny to get our engines going. So.
Yep.
Yeah, so we're playing City of Mist. If you've never played City of Mist, let's fill you in. It is a TTRPG based on Powered by the Apocalypse, which is a 2D6 based narrative storytelling system. City of Mist is by Son of Oak, which is a graphic noir style, graphic novel-esque way of telling our tales, and that's what we're doing. If you'd like to get caught up on our City of Mist Pandora campaign, you can catch those anywhere you get a podcast, or if you prefer the video format to look at these ugly mugs, you can find us on YouTube. 4 Geeks by Geeks, you do have to scroll down past the first SEO, which is not us. But
Geeks for Geeks?
Yeah, Geeks for Geeks, but we're 4 Geeks by Geeks. So just scroll a little bit and you'll see it's there.
I want to know. Now I'm going to check. I'm just going to double check.
Nope, I check often. It's still there.
Never mind.
SEO is a bit, so if anybody knows the cheat code to Google to let us actually have 4 Geeks by Geeks, because you know that's different than Geeks for Geeks, let us know, because I'm an egotistical bastard. Anyways.
Well, if you search 4 Geeks by Geeks, we're the first one.
See, every time I do it, Geeks
ad.
for Geeks comes up.
Well, maybe because I'm logged into 4 Geeks. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. Anyways, what happened last week? I don't remember. I don't remember technically when we recorded this, what episode. Anyways, we got Jeff Sits back because last episode we did not have Jeff Sits. So instead of.
Oh, whoa! That was very loud.
I was not prepared for that and just lost my full train of thoughts.
I'm just gonna do that throughout the episode, right during a really tender moment.
Don't like where this is going.
I was just about to. No. I was just about to say that, like, Lucas and I have now become one person, so you will never see us in the same room ever again.
Wouldn't that be nice? Anyways.
Cool. One fewer chaos gremlin to deal with.
So last week, Boser and Lucas had a bit of a training episode, just a small little 5-footer to kind of help bridge the gap between some lore canon that kind of took place with Del being in the wrong place at the right time to be introduced to a location that he probably shouldn't be involved in, but which is going to add more dichotomy between Del and Andresh, which will likely get to be explored in these next couple episodes, because we're going to attempt to do a case between just the two of them. And when two people are here, shit usually hits the fan, so we're going to see how that plays out. But anyways, after that long-winded intro, I'm T. I am the Master of Ceremonies for this campaign.
And I'm Boser. I'm playing Cornelius Averdelius III, the one-armed, good-looking son of a bee. And a character fact that I've been racking my mind for weeks, not minutes, weeks, on is...
You could give something as simple as like Del's actual favorite liquor or drink
flavor.
or ice cream flavor. Like,
he's never had ice cream. Literally, that's what I keep going
no,
back to.
that's-
What's my favorite ice cream? Like, you haven't had ice cream.
You haven't had
Something
ice cream.
else. Ice cream. God.
Oh
ice
yeah,
cream?
he did.
No.
He has never had ice cream. I forgot that was a character
Never.
fact at the beginning.
Never
But,
had
like,
ice cream.
what about
But we have his cologne. Can't
Yeah.
figure out a character fact, but
Polo
we know
number
what
one.
cologne he wears.
Literally, I'm just pulling things from my actual life and putting them into Del, so it's easy. But Del,
does he have anyone who he considers a brother or sister?
many.
Okay, so the entirety of the foundlings, he just
Foundry.
considers them.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, all the foundlings, but particularly Darius, which is kind of weird because
Like,
considered him a brother, but also loved him like more than a brother. So we're getting into some anime stuff. SAO, come talk to me. We can share some thoughts.
on that note, we're just gonna end this episode now.
No. I've got a question that can lead to a character fact.
Okay, I like questions.
What is the invention that Del is most proud of?
The one probably that I just made a new one last week, and you didn't see it, but you will.
Okay, so before we met him, what was Del's favorite or most proud invention?
Del's most proud of, honestly, the spider bar cart. It happened in a moment of drunkenness, and it was like early on when he had just found his mythos, or he just was discovering the powers, and he was drinking, and so the power of the god Hephaestus mixed with a lot of peach
Hennessy.
schnapps. And then the spider bar cart was born.
Love it. No, and I know I geeked out about that thing before already, but that little spider bar cart is so cool. Not because of any mechanical value to the game at all, but just because it's just like, yeah, that's a little pinch of flavor in the world now. I love it.
So much flavor. Okay, move on from me, please. Thank you.
I am Jeff Sitz. I am the chaos gremlin that takes over this person's body, entity of the internet, and playing Andresh Amitz, aka the Broker. A heavy-hitting, apparently, since that's how I've been playing them, heavy-hitting player in the underworld of Pandora City, the city of Pandora. T, can we cement this right here? Do people call it Pandora City, or do they just call it, like, the city of Pandora?
The city of Pandora.
Municipality.
Okay, so in the city of Pandora, the Broker has, while I never intended them to be this, has shown themselves to be a heavy-hitting player in the underworld, in the criminal underworld. And fun fact about Andresh is that other than the one fight, or I don't even know if I would call it a full fight, but other than the one interaction with Sable, Andresh's rival from the dojo that they were a regular student at for years before it burned down.
Of Red from Pokemon 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, that's how people refer to it. It's Pokemon 1.
Pokemon 1? Oh, I love Pokemon 18.
But other than that one interaction with Sable, Andresh has never won a fight against them.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So you just had really good dice rolls.
Also,
That's amazing.
Also, T forgot some stuff that she had that would have made the fight a little bit more level.
Gun?
I did some research posts. I was like, this was a very one-sided fight, and I realized I just did not run the fight properly.
But I did also roll really well.
Yeah,
and
no, it would. I think in the end it would have gone in Andresh's favor, but there have been a lot more flavor involved. There have been a little more tit for tat.
And so Andresh literally just used the best of all of their stuff in that one go, and if the fight had dragged out any longer, I don't think it would have gone well for Andresh, because I wouldn't have been able to continue using the same power tags. So mechanically speaking, wouldn't have worked. Narratively speaking, also probably wouldn't have worked. That's why Andresh is all about trying to get a fight done as quickly as possible and either finish it or get out of it. So yeah, like, other than that one instance where Andresh just got really lucky, because I don't think Sable was there looking for a fight.
Though with this new mythos,
I
things might have been different.
I might have, I wouldn't say an upper hand, but I do have a little bit more of an edge.
Speaking of new mythos,
Yeah.
I know we haven't addressed it in a couple weeks, but you've had a new character card.
Yes.
And so do you want to kind of talk us through, you have two actually, both included in the slideshow.
Oh, yeah.
You have Andresh and the broker. Do you want to kind of talk us through that real quick?
Yes, so that's what you meant by card. I was thinking the character sheets for City of Mist, because they're all just cards.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I just meant the photo.
Yeah. Sorry, let me just pull up the photos real quick so I actually have reference for them.
What are you talking about? Just look at the left corner of your screen.
Oh, this left? Yeah.
Oh, my left.
Your left.
In
Other
lore,
left.
Andresh has 17 connection points to the story, and Dell's only got 11.
11 is still a decent amount, and it kind of makes sense since Andresh is the broker as well. So we have to keep in mind, like, Andresh's connections as well as the broker's connections, because
Cooper has 5.
That tracks.
well, he's also not here, so.
I was going to say, well, I don't have a childhood, but Lucas didn't have a character for a while, so
Who
that
the
tracks.
fuck is Bronze Star? Oh, just kidding. That's something else. That's kind of later. Ignore me. Sorry.
So yeah.
Pictures, Andresh.
Pictures.
What are they?
So Andresh, if you paid attention or if you listened to / watched last session or episode or 2 sessions or episodes ago, Andresh got a new mythos, and with that, their mist is different. They no longer have the mythos of Odin. It is now this mysterious 3. And the way that they affect the world around them is slightly different from that of most of other mythoi, and I described this in the couple sessions ago, but their mist has like motes of sand and dust floating around in it. And the imagery I was trying to get was that of a galaxy spinning around, where this dark purple mist that's slowly rotating around Andresh will sometimes catch the light, and you'll see the flash of a grain of sand or a mote of dust. The new Mythos card that I have is actually called Mote Manipulation, because that is part of that is how Andresh understands the affect of the world around them through their mythos, is the manipulation of these tiny motes of dust and sand. So, and with that, it's also kind of apparent that Andresh is not as much the reserved individual that they were in the first card, of like shoulders hunched forward, lost in thought in their little data pad as they're trying to mess around with their technology. Now they are much more confident, and yeah, we'll leave it at that. And then the other one is the broker, and so it's kind of that overlap of Andresh and the broker becoming more and more one person rather than two different personalities, because we see that confidence in the broker. This is what criminals see whenever they come to talk to the broker, that masked, hooded figure. And sometimes they don't even see the full figure, as we saw with the contact for the Daywalkers, thank you, Rosa Farrell. When she came in and talked to the broker, all she saw was the glowing mask just floating there. But then with that, before, the mask was a physical object that Andresh had to like go and grab and put on. But now with the mote manipulation from 3 and that new mythos, the mask is no longer like a Daft Punk helmet that Andresh has to slide on over their head. It is now instead just the motes of dust and sand from the area around Andresh being collected and coming over their face to create a mask.
That's cool. Wow, Andresh is so much cooler than me. Me, Boser. Me.
Well, I'm Andresh is also so much cooler than me, and that's kind of the point of TTRPGs, is we get to be the person that we want to be, not the person that we actually are.
You want to be a criminal gang lord?
Yes. Moving on, T.
My character fact for the day is I don't remember 3's voice.
It went back and forth between your voice and your voice with a slight Brooklyn accent.
Oh,
Your
I feel
characterization.
attacked that my voices are shit.
Here, I'm gonna send you a message actually, because I don't think you want this. I don't want to just out you, but the I'm gonna send you a text message real quick, a textual
Text message or a Discord message?
Discord text.
Okay, because I was gonna say I got to figure out what I need to properly look at here.
But please move forward with the story while I try and type this out as quickly as possible.
All right, so where we left off last time was Jesus fucking Christ, I'm an old man. So, Dell is done some training with the inn. We are going to do a bit of a time jump here, because the first thing we're actually going to start with is with Andresh. Is with the broker, because there's some important things that have been going on behind the scenes, and one remind Jeff sits now that he is here, because this is something rather important. The broker, as Jeff had previously said, was never intended to be a forthright major player in the gang Underworld. They were a very low profile individual until they caused a massive explosion in downtown that caused a lot of eyes to be on this burning SUV, and word spread very quickly. For the first time of the name of the broker kind of seeing the light of day, and that word has made its way to the DA themselves, who has made it very clear that it is now a high priority for Pierce Snyder to take down the broker. How will that play out? We'll see. But this was something I thought important for Jeff Sitz to be aware of, that is something that is being investigated.
No, I appreciate that reminder, because that will influence some of the actions that the broker takes moving forward. Because, reminder for the audience, all of this, everything up until the 2-week like montage period, has only taken place over the course of
A few days.
3 days?
2 or 3.
Yep.
Yeah.
So like we got introduced to Andresh. Okay, no, so we got introduced to our characters like almost a week ago. I think it was exactly a week ago because we had like it doesn't matter, we can figure out the exact timeline.
If you're all curious of why, that's because I don't plan timelines for things. I'm just like, yeah, this is what happened. Jeff Sitz likes to know hours and days, how much time has passed. I'm like, fuck if I know, man.
The best way to describe me is for those of you who are regulars of TTRPG play podcasts, Critical Role, which is one of the bigger ones. They're a little on the big side.
And then I'm Anthony Birch from Dungeons and Daddies.
But I am Caleb from Campaign 2 mixed with Fern from Campaign 3 of like.
Oh my god.
So
perfect mix.
So, DM, what time is it? Exactly, because I know this time all the time because of my feet. And then the other side is, time is a weird soup, so it doesn't really matter.
Jeff Sitz and I, in terms of TTRP, are very much so antithesis of each other. Jeff Sitz is very much rules and mechanics. I'm like, I want cool shit to happen. Let's just see what happens.
Well, and I like cool shit to happen, and I don't mind breaking the rules of the game that we're playing, as long as we have something set for us to build off of. But with that being said, back to you, T, because
Yes.
you were setting up a scene. I
Yes,
believe.
we're going to be setting up this scene, and this is going to be
Back to you, T.
and this is going to be a very interesting scene. This is going to be a scene that those in the underworld would never expect to happen because the broker is making some waves, and the broker has established to know everybody and have persuasion over them due to blackmail, and that goes a long way with people that you're not supposed to know the names of. So we are going to start in the middle of a O-shaped table with some precarious individuals sat all around it. And we're going to do a little bit of background here as I try to establish some physical features for some of these gang leaders. So Jeff says, go ahead and grab your pen and pencil because I know this is the things you care about.
Oh, yeah.
May I also?
Yes, absolutely. Because I'm going to need you guys to come back and tell me how I described these folks because I'm not going to type it out as we speak because that's just going to take too much time. So, sitting on the corner of one of the tables is a fair-skinned, thin woman with a copper-colored leather jacket on. They are very whimsical by nature. Physically, they're very spritey. You wouldn't be shocked to see how much of a cold-blooded killer this woman is. And I'm just going to go ahead and say names for just continuity and two because the broker would be aware of this. But the individual that runs the Copper Demon company is Corinne Winnick. Karinann Winnick. Winnick.
That's Corinne, not Karan.
Sure. Also,
Okay,
once
hold on.
again,
I need
shout
to-
out Cantina 13 for all these names and characters. So,
Karinann.
yep.
Carrion.
What did I say?
Corinne.
Oh, yeah, Carrion is what I meant.
Carrion. Winnick.
Yep.
Okay.
And this is going to be the entire episode, folks.
Right. Head of the Copper Demon Company.
Correct. Sitting next to them is a cockier individual, not sitting at the table but leaned up against the wall, has an awkwardly placed comb over that looks like they're trying to look cooler than they actually are, is the leader of the Crimson Horn, run by none other than Seville Stinson. Seville. Stinson, Stinson. And to give you the proper imagery here, think Tobey Maguire in Spider-Man 3.
Okay, so emo Toby.
Yes.
That's the who? I mean, he's the head of the what?
The Crimson Horn.
That's a really good imagery for me because I have that just always in my head.
Next to them, we have just a iPad screen sitting on a bit of a makeshift stand. As you see an individual in a padded room, flies are flying all over the screen, and this individual looks decrepit. And the broker recognizes this as Matthias Bright. Mathias Bright. And this is the leader of the Demon Viper Brotherhood, who is currently serving several life sentences in the Silver Chain Penitentiary.
All right, give me 1 second to write that last bit down. Demon Viper Brotherhood. Because that last bit is particularly interesting. Serving several sentences.
Life sentences.
Okay. Ooh.
But they are still in charge of the Demon Viper Brotherhood.
Several life sentences in what penitentiary?
Silver Chain Penitentiary.
That is where
Colin served his time. And also, Jeff, it's an individual was actually just recently put in there for getting their hands on some gaseous material that caused people to laugh themselves to death while they robbed banks.
An unknown person was put in there?
This was somebody that Cooper was hunting for a chunk of time.
Gotcha.
And that was... We have so many fucking NPCs. I gotta make a second folder for these guys.
I didn't write it down, sorry.
We can figure that out later.
Bronn Stark.
Oh, that's who Bronn Stark is.
Yes. I do think he will be of note. So do keep him in mind.
I will just remember. I'll try and remember to ask you about him outside of recording.
Sitting opposite of them, off by themselves, is an individual with just a plain white mask. Andres, you would recognize them as Kaiseki Ashthorn, the leader of the Faceless Ones.
How do you spell Kaiseki again?
K-I-S-E-K-I. Ashthorn, spelled as is.
Yep. And I remember them from way early on in the campaign. Plain white mask. And then plain white mask.
Business casual suit.
Yeah, business suit. And then, like, you can see the
Yakuza style tattoos.
The Yakuza style tattoos poking up from the neck.
Correct.
Okay.
Walking in at the moment is somebody that you were on edge to see if they would be showing themselves. And that was Papa Bo.
Oh, what? What?
Cool.
Reminder, the Foundry is a gang controlling the old district. They may not be heavy hitters, but they have territory.
And the broker would absolutely extend the invite to Papa Bo to this meeting of true leaders of the city of Pandora.
And I'm gonna say Dell doesn't know that Papa Bo would attend these meetings. If this is like the first one, or
this is absolutely the first. That's kind of why this is being set as a scene, because this is something T and I were talking about. Like, this would absolutely be the first time, and possibly the only time, the criminal leaders of the city have met all at once in one place. It's a very risky situation, because if anyone outside of us knew, or really if anyone knew about this who wanted to, they could take out all of us at once.
Bob, that building.
However, we also kind of realize, all of these leaders realize that this is also the safest place because the only people who know about it are us. And if anyone was going to make a move, they would also be at risk.
Okay. I just picture the Thunderbolts. Like Marvel's Thunderbolts meeting at a table in a non-discriminate.
The individual that sticks out the most is a lady by the name of Alexa Davis, because she is dressed in business casual attire, a white lab coat, and still has their company ID hanging that she quickly tucks into her shirt. And she is the leader of the Ivory Ravens. And I don't know if the broker has showed themselves yet, but you are aware that Alexa is not happy with you in the slightest.
I would say that the broker would be, as a sign of as a show of good faith, would be present in person from the get-go.
All right, well, just a reminder, you did steal her drones, so she does have personal beef with you.
That's right.
Then we have a very muscular individual, I'm not even going to try hiding it, Gastian. Physical individual. We have Dilraj Vosberg.
Spell,
yeah, I'm gonna need the spelling for that one.
DILRAJ Vosberg. VOSBURGH.
Did you guess? You said Gastonian, like Gaston?
That's what I meant. I just, for some reason, I had that spelled way wrong, and by that I mean this was copy and pasted from Cantina 13, so they need to correct that spelling. Yes, it's just 100% Gaston.
Thanks, Cantina 13. Also, actually, we found a typo in your thousands and thousands of
GAST.
And they are sitting directly next to the leader of the Mammoths, and they are currently holding hands. They are sitting next to Sarah Vosberg, and she is dressed weirdly enough like a medieval times princess.
All right.
And she leads the Mammoths, and Dilraj leads who?
The Jade Fangs.
Jade Fangs. All right, let me catch up with my writing for like 5 seconds, please. Sorry. Medieval times princess look. Leader of the Mammoths?
Correct.
What's the full name? What's the full name of the Mammoths? I'm sorry.
Sarah Vosberg.
The Mammoths. Is it just
the
Mammoths?
Mammoths.
Okay. Like the Power Rangers Zord. Okay.
Yes.
Also, the actual mammoth.
No, that's not a real creature.
Anymore. Thanks, climate change and asteroids.
Then you have full-on 80s rocker Johnny X.
So this is
these are there.
This is the Johnny Silverhand.
Yes.
Okay.
He runs the Ruby Skeletons.
Johnny X.
EXE.
80s EXE. Okay. I am doing EXE in all caps because I just wrote X in caps, and now I have to do the E and the E in caps as well. 80s rocker style. Leader of the Ruby Skeletons.
Yep. And then there is a very Andres, you would obviously not recognize this individual, and it's very easy to pin out this is a proxy because there is a gentleman who is visibly shaken sitting there wearing a green jacket that has a small little Jesus Christ, what the fuck is the genie trapped inside of? Lamp. A small little lamp embroidered in their jacket.
But we don't know their name.
No. From what you can tell, this is clearly a placeholder for the genie.
Yep.
And
I
they are
expected as much.
fucking terrified.
I expected as much. Both me as the player and the broker as the character. Is there anyone else at the table, or just these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
1, 2,
7,
3, 4,
8,
5,
9,
6, 7,
10?
9, 10. Should be 11.
Including
I
me.
lied.
broker.
I'm sorry. The daywalkers are
Yeah.
nixed
They're
at
gone.
the moment. So yeah.
So 11 including me.
yes.
And who's the leader? Just so I can know. Who's the leader of the Daywalkers?
That was Donna Wilson.
And we already established this, right? This isn't
3
information.
killed them. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was the woman that destroyed reality.
Yeah.
The Scarlet Witch.
All right. So we've got these 11 figures sitting around this open circle table.
Yes.
And where is this taking place? Are we establishing that the broker had this meeting set up in the Neon Pillars, just not in their tower?
I
Or
would
what-
assume yes. I would assume that the broker just chose almost an abandoned warehouse, because there's really no.
An
Outside
abandoned
of doing
warehouse.
this publicly in the park, there's
Right.
no unclaimed territory.
An abandoned warehouse on like the 56th
Actually,
floor.
let's scratch that.
Okay.
The Daywalker's turf is currently up for grabs.
That's true.
So that
Okay.
warehouse is technically barren at the moment.
So this is taking place at the warehouse behind Rifts.
Yes.
Okay, cool. I like it. That
Yes.
is a... Fuck me, that is such a good power move for the broker now. Okay, that works even better. Thank
And
you,
did we determine that riffs is just thrifts, but the th are constantly?
No, it's
I thought it was
a
like
synonym for
Costco.
gap.
Oh.
It's a synonym for gap. Rift.
And on the nose.
Is there anything else that we need to set for the scene before
No, and I
I
will
start role-playing?
give it over to you to give that voiceover, because I'm curious to know what the broker is thinking as these individuals enter into this meeting.
Pierre Snyder may think that him as this white knight and his upstanding citizens run this city. But all of us here in this room know who truly runs this city. And we are here to decide what happens next. Is it all-out war? Is it peaceful compromise? Is it alliance? Who can say? For at the moment, the future is fuzzy, incomplete, and exciting. Isn't that right? 3.
You know, we could kill them all and avoid all of this. Why share the power when it could be yours? It could be ours.
Patience, 3. These people are not trifles in the chessboard of the city of Pandora. We have to play the long game here. Win them over. Encourage them to give us their power.
That's going to be decadent. As 3 takes a step back to give you control of the room.
And as the broker has just been sitting there unnaturally still, while everyone else files in and takes their seats around the table. The broker has taken note of who takes what seat, more just for the psychological profiling of each of the members, or each of the heads of the gangs of the city.
Yeah, so importantly, there's not a lot of major instances here that need to be of note. So just kind of Dilraj
Right.
and Sarah sit next to each other,
Yep.
obviously, because lore fact that they're married. So that's the Jade Fangs and the Mammoths. Weirdly enough, and Andres knows why, Kaiseki is sitting next to Papa Bo.
Okay.
And I think that is the only. I'm sorry. Boser? Who did we have previously established that are currently beefing with each other?
As far as gang leaders?
Yeah, for the potential mission.
Oh, you had the Copper Demons attacked the Foundry.
I'm sorry, other
versus Ruby Skeletons.
Mammoths versus Ruby. Okay, so and then Sarah and Johnny X are going to be sitting opposite of each other.
Yep. So.
Sorry, then obviously Carrie is going to be opposite of Papa Bo.
But I'm curious if I'm not there, I know, but just for me,
Yeah.
If the broker, are you like at the head of the table?
There is no head of the table. That was
it's round.
Yeah, that was a purposeful
Got it.
decision. However, the broker did make a point to sit directly opposite the door where everyone entered.
So like if there's a circle, you're at the far end, and I'm curious who chose to sit right
opposite
next to you.
Yeah, just who. It may not be a big thing, but who ended up.
Who would have sat full opposite of you?
And who would have sat next to me on either side?
So full opposite of you would have been.
Probably the proxy. Just
Yeah.
because.
Like last to enter the room, just letting everyone claim a seat,
Yep.
and then just takes whatever.
And then sitting next to you would have been Kaiseki.
Fair.
And then
Why is that fair?
outside of
tell me.
that, I would say probably Johnny X.
You know what? That tracks.
Interesting.
Not that I know Johnny X before this description of him, but that just the style and everything, that kind of tracks that the Ruby Skeletons would be a little bit more trying to put on airs of being allied with the Neon Pillars, especially since the Mammoths are in between the two of us.
Yes.
So opposite the broker.
And for
sitting
those tuning in for the
opposite-
first time, very rarely do we have massive lore-heavy dumps worth name spelling.
Yeah.
This was just an important one to help kind of get the city of Pandora's lore kind of established and kind of open up some, crack some new eggs for potential possibilities here.
I'm
So-
here for it. I love an episode where all I have to do is sit back and watch.
So, while conversations are happening around this table, between people next to each other or even across from each other, as voices are starting to get raised, because I think the broker will wait until voices start to get to a point where it'd be hard to raise their voice above them if they went any further. As soon as conversations start to escalate, that's when the broker breaks everything and says, in their, Kylo Ren mask voice, still covered by the mask, just, this is unprecedented, as I'm sure you all know. Yes.
Sorry, one important thing to tell you. Everybody is shrouded by mist,
Yep.
but Johnny X.
Really?
Interesting.
I love Johnny X now. Like, there's
Need a
no mist
highlighter
around
down
him at all.
Nope.
Interesting. I'm
okay.
actually getting a highlighter. Oh, I have one right here. Sweet.
So could that mean that their mythos is specifically about hiding their
No.
presence? No.
So how the mist works is if they inhabit a mythos, there are some prevalence of existence. No, Johnny X is a full-on sleeper.
Okay. Super fucking cool. And okay.
Sorry, I should have added that previously, but I knew you would like that factoid of information.
I really
so.
like that because the broker would absolutely be like watching everyone as they come in, and like I don't have the Eye of Odin, so I can't peer deeply into them to figure out their mythos at this point. But I would absolutely be like watching to see, pick up what I could about myths. So I appreciate that quite a bit. But yeah, addressing everyone at the table as voices and conversations start to escalate. You all know, as well as I do, that a meeting like this is unprecedented within the city of Pandora. The heads of gangs have never feigned alliance or cooperation. But times change. And I'm sure my actions have not gone unnoticed within this city. And so I come to you all, looking specifically at Papa Bo with this next phrase. I look to you all as equals. And some vulnerability to extend a hand for the potential to work together moving forward in the future. And with this, the broker will drop the mask of the broker, but instead of showing Andresh's face, will show the face of...
Okay.
Or will try to show the face of... Oh... I lost them. The head of the...
Daywalkers?
The Daywalkers.
Donna Wilson. All right,
Okay.
go ahead and roll sneak around.
What is your play here?
Shape augmentation, hide my true self.
That's +2.
Literally hide my true self.
And I don't think I've got... Yeah, I don't think I can use anything else just because I don't think I would have spent enough time with Donna Wilson to really do anything else. Okay, so that is a 7 + 2 for a 9.
All right, so with a sneak around, on a 7 to 9, it's complicated.
You were
How complicated?
Okay,
you are perceived only...
you
so
can continue.
With that, I will... If this affects your side of things, feel free to use it, because Andresh puts on the face of Donna
Wilson.
Donna Wilson.
I love when I'm literally in the show and I'm experiencing it like, oh my god, I can't believe what's gonna happen next. These guys are so
Mechanically
good.
speaking, this will be establishing set as a soft move, so nothing's going to happen at the moment. From what you can tell in everybody's reactions, you look like Donna Wilson.
Some of you, with your abilities, still using the broker's voice through Donna Wilson, may have seen me assault the Daywalkers and eliminate their leader. This is not a move I intended. However, they stepped in my way. I do not wish the same fate to befall me or necessarily anyone else at this table, unintentionally. And I feel communication. And as I'm talking, the broker voice will start to slowly fade away. Communication will most likely be our best bet at moving forward. Still holding up the Donna Wilson face. So, obviously, gesturing to the proxy opposite of me, some of us do not wish to reveal our true faces. And the broker mask will come back up.
So as you say, reveal and kind of gesture off to the proxy, you see him like shakingly stand up as he pulls something out of his jacket and kind of like unfolds this sheet of paper. Am I okay to talk? I don't want to cut you off.
And there's like a slight voice modulation, but not nearly as drastic as before, with the broker. Yes, please proceed.
Hi guys, I'm Jason. Oh, that's not. You don't need to know that. I'm here as.
Send his nephew.
I'm here as the voice for the genie. He understands that this is very important. Oh, shit. Oh, God. Sorry. As he starts climbing under the table to grab the sheet of paper that he drops, bumps his head on his way back up. He does not want this to be taken as an act of untrustworthiness. He just doesn't. His ambiguity is very important for his disposition to help the people of Pandora, and to continue to do that, he needs to keep his identity a secret. However, if any of you would like to talk with him, I can call him and you can speak with him on speed dial. Thank you. As he folds up and kind of like curls back into their chair.
Please notify the genie that I would appreciate a meeting with him after this meeting has concluded. At his leisure.
I need to know that I can, like, make sure I tell him like the inflection in your voice.
I'm not mad, just disappointed.
Oh God!
As they crunch like even further into themselves.
It's worse. It's always worse.
Now again, I have acted out recently. I will not apologize for the actions I've taken. For the reason I took them was because a particular group decided that what I said meant very little to their, as far as their opinion goes. But I do wish to open the floor to other people to speak. I am not here to act as a head of this table. We are here meeting as equals. And I wish to hear each of you as equals.
They all kind of look around at one another as... I gotta pull up the map here because I don't remember where everybody is.
Thank you for saying each of you, because I just looked at T. As his mind swirling, like, shit, I have to come up with voices for each one.
Yeah, so, I mean, obviously, fuck you for that one.
We don't need to go through each person and everything.
No, I think it's important for the story that we hear.
Oh god, that map is so old. Son of a bitch.
One.
Hold on. I just don't remember who is where for me to...
stereotypically come up with a quick dialect?
No. Because there's two people that care very much so about the Daywalkers' territory.
It's probably going to be
Copper Demon,
the genie,
and the
factory Copper Demon.
All right.
It's in reference photos.
Mm-hmm.
Recently in reference photos.
Oh, was it? Damn.
Yeah.
Okay. So Papa Bo actually kind of just doesn't really pay much mind. Andres, you never met Papa Bo, right? The only scene we've had with Papa Bo is specifically with Dell. So narratively, in a sense, since this is intended to be like a graphic novel, so when we last saw Papa Bo was drunk off his ass.
Usually.
Have we established physically how Papa Bo looks?
Yeah, if you think about like Fagin from Oliver Twist, or if you saw the movie, it's based on Oliver Twist but with cats and dogs.
Oliver and Company.
Oliver and Company. That like Fagin character, that's who I picture.
I gotta Google because I'm not sure.
From that classic early Disney
Yep,
90s
I
cartoon.
think so. Because I just remember it because oh god, what's his name?
Okay, so he's very homely. Got it.
Yeah, he basically looks like a homeless person. He's got like a deep 5 o'clock shadow, perpetual 5 o'clock shadow. He's got like a beanie on, a big long heavy trench coat.
Okay.
Billy Joel did a lot of the music for the movie Oliver and
Yes.
Company, and one
good.
of my
So
favorite songs of all times is the one that the dog sings.
No worries.
Yeah. Why should I worry?
Why should I worry? It's so good.
So good.
But
But anyway,
most importantly, note here, last time we saw Papa Bo was drunk and is usually habitually drunk. But being aware of this scenario, Papa Bo is sober. And Papa Bo is 100% on guard and has his hand in his, hiding behind his coat, clearly palming a piece at the moment. Kind of just looks
he is.
around at... Shut the fuck up.
Sorry,
As
Del's not
he
there.
looks
Del's not there.
over at... Oh, fucking Minicize, bitch. Let me told you to blow up.
I'm just so nervous.
As he looks over to Carrion, who is still whimsically sitting up with her feet on the table, hands behind her head, just leaned back, not a care in the world, as she leans over. So, I'm sure you all know, Papa Bo and I have had our differences for a while now. I don't think he needs to grow, so I think I'm just going to simply take over the Daywalker territory. Does anybody have issue with that?
I'm hoping if no one else at the table raises their voices like the genie proxy.
You see him kind of lean forward with like an inquisiting look, as you quickly just see that he is typing under the table at the moment.
Who's the... Just because I'm having a hard time reading the writing, the handwriting. Who is the gang on the island up to the north? Oh, that's the penitentiary.
Yes, which means I think I mixed up some things there, because that is supposed to actually be controlled by the Demon Viper Brotherhood.
The penitentiary is as well,
Yes.
because there's already an island.
Yeah,
that is
so
the
I'm
Demon
sorry.
Viper
So we
Brotherhood.
need to actually flip-flop Demon Viper Brotherhood and the Crimson Horn.
Okay, so Demon Viper Brotherhood, Matthias, right?
Yes.
And then Crimson Horn, we still need a person for them.
The Crimson Horn is run
Seville
by
Stinson.
Seville Stinson.
Okay, thank you.
But the territory, sorry, y'all in the chat and listening and on YouTube have no idea what we're looking at. We're looking at the map.
It's been posted on Instagram.
Yeah, I
Long
do
time
need
ago.
to
I'll post it
post an
again.
updated one.
Okay.
But yeah, so
But you're saying the territories have now flip-flopped.
for those
For the
two,
islands.
yes.
Okay.
But like in control of those who would immediately care about the Daywalker's territory, arguably be the Foundry, the Copper Demon Brotherhood, and the Genie.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ones neighboring it already.
Yes.
I believe that it would not be fair for any one person to take over entirely of the Daywalkers district. I was the one who took out the competition from there, so I believe it's only fair that I have some say.
And as you
Genie.
are speaking, you hear three from across the room. Prepare yourself. As canisters fall from the ceiling, letting off neon colors of smoke all around the room, and it quickly begins to fill the space. As the door opposite of you flings open, as three individuals enter the room, all in different anti-fascist mask and attire. As they step forward, with different voice modulators, kind of fluctuating their voices endlessly as they speak. Yeah, no, I think we're going to be taking over this territory now.
And you are?
You can call us the voice. And as they begin to speak one after another, finishing each other's sentences.
What claim do you have to the Daywalkers territory?
Dibs, mostly, as they begin skating around the room.
unfortunately, dibs is not necessarily recognized as a valid form of claim.
Oh, that's fine. I mean, we're willing to fight to the death for it too. So, as you see 3 poke his head up. Ooh, yes, please.
As entertaining as I'm sure that would be, I don't think it would end well for most of the people here.
Exactly. It's not going to go well for any of you. So this was just your warning. This is our turf now. We'll find you if you try taking it. As they begin skating backwards out the door they just came in. In an attempt to not do 10 different voices all at the same time, just insert audio here of loud voices going back and forth with each other as they are all now very pissed off at what just took place.
Yeah, do any of them chase after these assholes on skates?
Yeah.
They do not. However, all of them realistically have guards outside. So you do hear commotion out the front door.
Could I try and use my Netrunner access to close the doors that they came in through? This isn't in the Neon Pillars district.
Yeah, no,
so
this is in Daywalkers.
this is a warehouse.
Yeah, this is just a warehouse. This is all physical mechanicalism. Shut up.
Mechanicalism. I like it. I went to school for theater. I haven't learned words that big.
And
You hear gunshots, you hear dragons screeching, you hear the billow of fire, and windstorms begin to pick up.
well, then please, by all means. As the broker kind of shifts over to the side and gestures for anyone to bring another chair up to the table.
Oh, no,
Join us.
they're gone at
They're
this
gone.
point.
Skated
They
out.
came in, dropped their message, and they skated out.
Oh no, I am not letting them leave. So I'll fucking burn a tag if that's what it takes.
Is the room being filled with smoke?
It not like entire, like mostly just like up to like waist level of just different colored neon colored smokes.
It is a warehouse.
Oh no, like this was a lot.
Yeah, no, this is a warehouse though. And with the broker being here first, could I use my... Ooh, actually I might have a tracking card for this even. No, I do not anymore. Okay, but still, could I use Netrunner access and looking over my shoulder to try and say, I guess this would be change the game, but say that I set up a way to have remote control of like the garage doors for the warehouse and everything, and the alarm system for like, it's a warehouse, so not like, you know, military base shutdown, no one can get out, but just as if like a fire alarm is going off.
The question really would be, would this have been something or the broker would have prepared for previously?
To be like a flashback.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, so plus
I mean,
2
I
power.
feel like you check your bases enough that if you're going to meet and you call this meeting, you're going to have already put this building through the ringer to make sure that it's secure from your end. That makes sense to me.
What would this be, T? What kind of role?
This would be... technically, this would be change the game because this is going to be a flashback montage.
Okay.
Well, wouldn't you just use flashback?
Well, flashback still uses you need to have a role. Mm-hmm. You still need a move for the action that you're taking during the flashback. So yeah, during the flashback, the broker just knowing where the meeting is going to be taking place, just would kind of tap into the electronics and using the Netrunner access, and then looking over my shoulder, set up some sort of remote access for a backup plan.
Yeah.
Nothing to really cause damage to anyone, because that is not the point of this. but just kind of keep people from leaving.
Yeah.
I don't see anything about it rolling. It just says describe an action carried out by your character in the past and make a move for that action.
To make
But
a
you get
move,
once
Make a move
per-
for that.
yeah,
action.
to make a move, you have to make a roll. That's what all of the player moves are.
Oh,
Yep.
got it. Okay,
So
thank you.
change the game.
No, it's a
that
valid
is-
question. I think that's the first time we've actually done flashback. So
We've done it one
yeah.
other
Have
time,
we?
but I don't think we rolled. I don't think we rolled for it.
If it was,
I
me,
don't
still
remember what the
rolled, but yeah.
flashback was, to be honest.
I don't either. It was weeks ago.
Regardless, that is a 5 + 2 for a total of 7.
All right, so change the game. When you use your abilities to give yourself or your allies advantage, roll plus power. So that was what, +2 or +3?
+2.
All right, so let's +2 juice then. All right, so spend juice to create the following effects 1-to-1. Create a story tag, burn a power tag, give or reduce a status.
Give a status of trapped.
That's how that works.
I mean, yeah, if I could just do a tier 2 status of trapped.
Sure.
Really? That's how it works?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm literally just like watching this show right now. Alive with all of you. Except I get to talk about it.
So as they attempt to escape backwards, all of
So,
the
yeah.
doors and windows around them slam shut.
And the broker will stand up with the full broker mask and voice modulation, trying to project as well, and just... We would be honored if you would join us.
The three of them look to one another as one skates forward through the smoke and pulls up a chair next to the genie proxy. This is going to age us very much so. Jet Set Radio Future.
Future? I think...
I think that would
aged-
just be Jet Set Radio now.
There,
What is that?
it's a...
It was an old
Oh, well,
skating
Jet-
game from
Jet
early
Set Radio
2000.
Future is a PlayStation 2 game. I'm thinking Jet Set Radio, which is the one that I played on PlayStation 1, I think.
See, I thought I played it on Xbox.
You probably did. PlayStation 2, Xbox, that was the same generation.
It was early thousands. It was
Yeah.
you play
Regardless.
as, yeah. Look it up. It's a fantastic game.
Oh, I see. In Jet Grind Radio.
So, but yeah, so a very, like, colorful, punky...
Yes.
Skater of some kind.
Yes.
Are they coming up with, like, roller skates, skateboard, scooter?
Inline skates
Okay, cool.
Nerd.
with little jet propulsors on each heel.
Nice. No one gets to lay claim to any district of the city without collaboration anymore. There's an open spot, and if the agreement made here seems agreeable to everyone, then you may have the Daywalker space. However, I, for one, while I was the one who made the opening, I, for one, do not see any reason for me to extend my reach to the other side of the city. The Neon Pillars is opposite the city of the Daywalkers district, and I would have much issue trying to control it. So I do not try to lay any claim to the Daywalkers district. I am simply here to make sure this meeting goes amicably.
As you begin talking, you see the individual take off their helmet, remove the voice modulator they have sitting underneath their, basically as a necklace, and out comes a very young individual, 18, 19 years old, very, very innocent and like you would never guess in this circumstance, one, that they'd be aware of what is going on in this place. Two, let alone would be getting themselves involved in this circumstance. But you see them kind of sit back smugly as they look over to Carrie Ann as... Who, do we fight them? We don't have beef with Papa Bo over there, as they kind of like bow and give them their respect. And they look over the genie, and this guy doesn't even show himself, so...
Fair. The genie has... I shouldn't speak for the entire group, but I believe the genie has invalidated their claim for any space of the Daywalkers district by not showing themselves personally. Are we in agreement?
And as the proxy tries to speak up, but looks around and just... No.
Yeah, there's a chorus of, like, agreements and nods from everyone else in the circle. So Papa Bo, I do ask you, since you probably, except for maybe the Copper Demon Company, your two factions have the greatest claim over the Daywalkers district.
So Papa Bo leans forward, and we're gonna do something a little bit weird. As Papa Bo has a flashback, as he is looking upon this child, and sees, and we're just gonna have like just a little black and white gray montage flashback here. As
Some film grain.
Yes. As Papa Bo is looking down over the Foundry at a group of kids who are skating around the Foundry's first little settlement encampment. Very much so trashed all over the place, warehouse boxes filled over and cracked open. But there's a small group of kids that were just the happiest that they could possibly be. They didn't care about the circumstance. They were making fun and having enjoyment and just fulfilling life to its fullest as they were setting up all these little broken pieces and as their own little skate park. As Papa Bo leans forward and just under his breath, Alexander, interesting. As he leans back and gestures his hand outwards that they have no objections to the children taking over there.
So, that means
Carrion.
that indeed, Carrion. What say you about this?
She sits forward. Absolutely the fuck not. And we can settle this right now. As she stands up and kind of throws her chair backwards. As she begins floating into the air, the two other voice individuals begin skating around in circles, kind of setting around like their own perimeter for the two of them to settle this at this moment.
We are not fighting here, and I request that you please return to your seats.
Yeah, bitch, sit down. And she does not take well to this, as she attempts to go flying across the table to punch, and the kid simply leans back into their chair, hanging or dangling off of the two legs.
I would like to use one of my new powers to try and throw up a sand squall in the middle of the table as she tries to go across.
Go ahead and roll.
Go toe to toe, or
yeah, we'll do go toe to toe.
Because that's gonna be. I think I'm trying to. Yeah. So.
Overcome the opposition. I think that's a fitting.
And so mechanically, I'm trying to give her a status of like blinded or whatever.
Okay.
Momentarily.
Sure.
And kind of do a shield. So, shape augmentation and sand squall.
Sure.
Cool. Oh hell yes, that is a 9 + 2 for 11.
All right, so on the 10 plus, you fend off the effect. Sorry, that's face danger. Go toe to toe.
Get them good, giving them a status of tier equal to power. So
perfect.
A tier 2 power of blinded.
Okay. So
and could I potentially increase the sand squall to be, instead of blinded, since it's a tier 2 of not restrained, because I feel like that's a bit higher than tier 2 possibly, but just
I'm just gonna give them a stunned effect there.
Okay, cool.
Because what happens here is as they go flying, this sand wall comes up abruptly, and as they collide into it, bright yellow sparkles fly off of them as they collide, as they roll into the middle of all of the gang leaders, as they begin rubbing their eyes and kind of rolling across the floor before stumbling to get up. Alexander leans forward. Thanks, but I mean, I don't have a qualm settling this. I mean, we can go outside. I don't want to disrespect. Well, we kind of came in disrespect. That's my bad. Let me apologize here. As they stand up, all of you need to be aware of who I am. And I'm just going to be sitting here as the lip man because we are not one, we are many. Consider us the voice of Pandora, the people, those who deal with all of your fucking bullshit, because none of you fuckers consider any ramifications of your actions. So yes, so we could have came into this a better way. But what do you expect from a generation that has been shit on and pissed on and kicked around by fucking miscreants like the likes of you, trying to survive in this fucking hellhole, only for you bastards to make it worse, to line your own pockets? Give us the land, don't give us the land. We will be taking it by force, and we will take down each and every one of you if we have to.
Very well. Sit down. Does anyone else feel like they have claim over the Daywalkers' territory?
Moving on.
Johnny Axe actually leans over to you, Broker. I don't know about you, man. I kind of like the kid. He's got moxie.
That he does. We'll have to keep an eye on him. Well then, if there are no other objections, unfortunately, as the individual overseeing this meeting, Carrion, I do not appreciate your attempts to undermine the peaceful setting that we have established here.
This little fucker started it.
They came in here staking a claim. That is what this meeting was about. Do not force me to make an example like I did of the Daywalkers. Take your seat.
Go ahead and roll convince.
As the broker will sit back down, and I will use the Neon Pillar City District, since I am the head of that, as one of the power tags.
Okay.
Which one do you think would make the most sense? Anonymity or hide my true self? Just as a power play here. The broker or emote manipulation? I feel like the broker most likely.
The broker, yeah.
Okay. And I'll just use the two because I could probably use weaponized info, but I feel like it's either anonymity or weaponized info, whichever makes the most sense of those two as well.
Yeah.
So. 6 plus 2, total of 8.
All right, so on a 7 to 9, they give in a little but protect their own agenda. She gets up and brushes herself off, and more sparkles begin falling to the ground. Don't worry, I'll remember this. As she flies over the table and sits back in her seat.
When you say flies, what does it look like?
Like if you picked up just one leg and kind of floated over.
Okay, so like Starfire.
Yes, but a lot more green costume, kidnaps children.
Peter Pan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kidnaps children.
Cool.
So is there like pixie dust
Yes.
flying off of her?
Yes.
Gotcha.
That's cool.
I understand that your claim is staked as well, Carrion. However, we are equals here. And while they broke in, they still established themselves as equals at this table. And at the moment, unless anyone backs Carrion's claim, the voice does have more votes in their favor than anyone else at this table as a claim for the Daywalkers District.
Papa Bo actually leans forward. I vote for them.
Yes, that is what I meant, Papa Bo.
No. I need you to understand. If any of you do anything to harm these kids, you will see a wrath equivalent to the gods raining down on all of you.
And would you look at that? An unprecedented event within this city. And we have an unprecedented alliance brokered. Interesting.
Andres, just to point this one out to you, because you noticed this with Johnny X, you would also recognize that Papa Bo is also a sleeper.
Oh, okay.
As Papa Bo sits back, you see him pull out his phone and quickly tap away on his keyboard. As Dell, you get a quick text message that pops up. New friends, new enemies, talk soon.
Well then, we'll set it up to a vote. All for the Copper Demon Company taking over the Daywalkers District.
You see Carrion raise her hand as she looks around, sees nobody, and then just gives the finger to everybody as she lowers her hand.
All for the Voice taking over the Daywalkers District.
You see all three kids and Papa Bo.
I am sorry, but since you are all from the same faction, we will only be counting your votes as one.
Doesn't matter. The voice will be heard, and we appreciate you listening.
I gave you a space to speak. Let it not be forgotten. So we have 2 for the voice taking over, and just to expedite, the broker will go through every other faction of the city, assuming that they'll vote for themselves.
Right.
The broker will not vote for anyone. Like, at one point, it'll be the Neon Pillars taking over the Daywalkers District, and the broker will not raise their hand in favor, but they will not vote for anyone.
Yeah, so the faceless one, so how this would look, Johnny X doesn't want part of it. Opposite side of Pandora, they would not be able to control anything. Mammoths, same thing. You do see the Genie vote for themselves.
Yep.
So basically, those who don't basically recant any stake, Ruby Skeletons, Jade Fangs, Mammoths, and the Crimson Horn, they all recant any claim. Everybody else votes for themselves outside of the Foundry voting for the voice.
Then it is decided by vote. The voice will have the Daywalkers District, and it will now be known as the Voice?
We'll workshop that one. We'll send you guys a text to let you know what we're calling our turf.
Very well. Unless there are any more matters to be heard, we can consider this meeting adjourned.
And Carrion's the first one to get up and leave the building.
Perfect. Could we take a quick break then, while we set up a scene next for whatever Dell's going to be doing? Awesome. We'll be right back then, guys. See you in a second.
BRB!
And we're back. This is, once again, your first time coming into one of these episodes. That's typically not what our scenes look like. That was just a very lore-heavy, which me as the story builder, I love, but I do recognize that.
Wait, I'm not almost done. Just set that aside for later.
See, you guys think he's joking, but the number of times he has peed while recording is a lot higher than you think.
I could count on one hand. Oh. Because the other one's too busy peeing.
Hey, Jess, how many times have you peed at your desk?
How many times have I peed at my desk?
Yeah.
Exactly, on the dot. 0.
He's out here trying to normalize peeing at your desk instead of pausing to go to the bathroom like a normal person.
Streamers, I want to hear from you. I know you've done it.
So,
Normalize desk peas.
No, let's not. T.
So, Dell, you get a text from Papa Bo, which is unusual because Papa Bo don't text too good.
No, it's usually, it's like when your dad tries to talk to text. Is this, okay, just for timeline, from where we left off, excuse me, when like I finished my training, and we kind of wrapped it up, so I'm sure it's been maybe a day or so since the training with Spencer, but since that point,
It has been an undisclosed amount of days because I don't
Okay.
know.
When did the training with Spencer take place?
The day after the last case.
So it's been about a week.
it's just, well, in that week, this helps me for what I'm going to choose to do next. Because I know one of the calls that I got on the voicemail was the Copper Demons have attacked the Foundry.
We are going
So-
to retcon that because I thought we were going to have a full table when I had established those as upcoming missions.
So I didn't get that
No.
voicemail? But I did get some, okay. But I did get something about the Mammoths versus the Ruby Skeletons.
No, none of those took place.
None of those
No,
happened?
we're retconning that because I established that because I thought we were going to have full tables to do cases on.
We can do a case. We
Two
don't
of
need
us
a
can do a
Lucas.
case.
Yeah, now that we can just push that voicemail to a time where it makes a feasible sense that, like, oh, let me get back to this scenario that took place a week ago, that doesn't make a lot of sense.
Well, that's why I'm asking. Is because if right now we've only been a couple days since those voicemails, and shit has gone down, reality shattered. It's not beyond the scope of imagination that we haven't fucking got to that yet. So I'm saying that if that's the case, then if in that span of the week I would have at least checked in with Papa Bo about the Foundry.
Okay, I see what you're saying. So yeah, I guess the first one makes, you probably could have in that time investigated the Copper Demon Company attacking the Foundry,
Yeah.
if that's what you were wanting to do.
Well, that's why I'm asking, is this text happening after I would have
Yes.
had this conversation?
Yes.
So we need to go back and have the conversation first
Yes.
before I respond to this text.
Yes.
Okay. So
This is why I don't do shit
rewinding-
with time.
continuity matters. So rewinding the clock a little bit from that meeting. So like 3 days later.
Earlier.
Earlier. I'm all trained. I got my gadgets. Spencer and I have parted ways. He's got some shit to do. But I remember there's that voicemail about the Founder being attacked by the Copper Demons. So, and it's been a few days, maybe a week or so since I checked in with the Foundry. So I'm going to make my way over to the Foundry and go check in.
Okay. So as you are making your way in, oh god, who did we have as the doorman?
Henry!
Henry, that is right. I don't even have Henry as an NPC.
Oh, poor Henry.
That's what I'm saying. I'm a piece of shit. Where'd the Foundry go? Fuck it, I'll deal with that later.
They got lost in the reality shattering.
Yeah, basically. So as you approach the warehouse, you do the secret knock on the door as a weirdly low drawbar comes out as you see Henry's eyes looking up at you. No.
What you mean, no?
You've been gone for like a week and you think you just come back whenever you want? As he slides the eye hole shut.
Henry, I don't know if you forgot how this whole place kind of works, but everybody disappears and comes right back.
Yeah, and we're trying to stop that as he shuts it again.
Do we got a new protocol?
If you were here once in a while, you would know that. As you hear
Want a dollar?
mumbling on the other side, no, I don't want to open the door. You need to open the door. No, he has not been here. He does not belong to be here. As you hear more back and forth, as you hear the big lock slide back as the door opens, and you see Papa Bo standing behind Henry, kind of pushing open the door, who's...
I just scoop. I like bend down. I throw Henry on my shoulder. I say, "You!"
Starts
what
punching
got
at
you
your back to
me?"
drop him.
And I start tickling him.
That's fucked up. Damn! No! Stop it!
Boy, I set him down. Are you really mad?
Yes.
And I crouch down right in front of him. I put my hand on his shoulder. Henry, I
Cornelius.
I
Hey, now.
apologize.
I apologize. I'm sorry. You're right. I have not been here, and I have no right to even knock on that door.
We have 3 people in the med bay, and you don't even know that because you're never here.
I did get a call, and that is why I'm here.
Yeah, well, they're already in the med bay.
Do you
So
wanna tell
unless
me
you
that?
can magically fix them,
Don't know until I try.
you're not magic.
But you are. And give him a wink.
What?
Oh, don't you know? Papa Bo, you haven't told this boy he's not... Henry. Henry. And I point at his chest. I'm like, in here, there is some powerful stuff. I've seen it.
And as you tap on his chest, you see the mist begin to trickle towards him as it begins to dance around him for the first time.
That's not what I meant, but... And you kind of see pull back just a little bit. Oh. Damn, Henry. And I just kind of stand up, put my hand on Henry's shoulder, and look at Papa Bo. Yeah, I got a call about those kids. Let me see.
I'm still mad at him as Henry walks off. And as you see Henry walking off, you see the silhouette of a shorter individual, but incredibly muscular. They seem to be wearing like a yellowish color suit with some blue underwear and some weird like spikes off the top of their head. Kind of hunched over in like a cranky fashion, and then you see claws hanging off of the hands as the mist dissipates and Henry continues to walk off.
What the fuck? Okay. That's off of Henry that was just hanging out?
Yes. As he just unlocked a rift.
Oops. Okay. We'll address that later. Hey, Papa Bo. How you been hanging?
Not great. Come on. As you see him take a swig of his flask as they walk over to the med bay, which is just the cleanest part of the Foundry, with just little tents with little cots of a couple of the kids kind of laid down, wound up in bandages, a couple broken arms, some bruises and some blood loss. Nothing incredibly life-threatening, but definitely beat up.
Yeah, I got a call that some shit went down between some of these kids and the Copper Demons.
Yeah, they went in to get supplies, and some of them beat them up pretty good.
Is that all it was? Was just protecting their turf?
I think they're trying to send a statement with Donna there gone.
Did they run into the Copper Demons territory?
Yeah, there's supply run.
I poke my head in the tents. Are any of them awake?
No, all asleep right now.
What you need? What can I do?
Still need those supplies, and if you ask any of the kids, they want payback.
I'm not trying to start a whole turf war here, Papa, but
Someone's got to. As he takes another swig of the flask.
when you hurt my family, don't leave me much choice now, does it?
Henry pokes around the corner. Let's go.
Where you want to go?
There, obviously.
What, just me and you?
I don't even need you.
You're right. But kids here do need you.
Yeah, I'll be back. Will you?
Henry, how old are you now?
Enough.
Correct answer. How old is he really?
13. 11. 11's funnier. 11.
Okay.
Prepubescent.
Tell you what, Henry.
I'll tell you what. I'm leaving now. You can come with if you want to. As he turns and starts walking towards the door.
I'd like look at Papa.
You don't know what you want me to do.
I want you to protect this family.
Doing my best. As you see Henry wave up his hand as a few other of the Foundry kids start running out of their tents and start following him as they make their way towards the door.
And I just like, skip to the front. I'm like, hey, whoa. Cool y'all britches right the damn right
You see
now.
one of the kids stuffing cloth inside of a liquid bottle. You see other ones taking up and sharpening little stones.
This is not how we do things here. You want payback, we're going to get payback, but you're not going to get it just marching in, stomping through their door, because they're going to stomp right down your necks.
No, we're going to sneak in, obviously. We
What,
hit them
with
where they
Molotov
don't know
cocktails?
while they're sleeping.
We don't go in unplanned. We make a plan.
We have a
to
plan.
Execute.
Light fire, stabbing back, take our shit.
What kind of shit were you going for?
We need food. Look at us. We're fucking starving.
I can take care of that.
You've been gone.
I've been gone a few days. Shut the fuck up.
We're going. You can come with or not. It's up to you.
You're not going anywhere.
Stop us as they all start making their way towards the door.
And I'm in front, so I go to the front of the door.
And they turn and go towards another door.
There is a lot of entrances and exits in this place. But then why do we enter through one door?
That's a good question. As they duck underneath one of the holes in the wall. Like one of the little scrap metal pieces that they just fold up and walk underneath. Or crawl underneath, I guess.
This place is not secure, Papa Bo. This is on you.
How is... We don't have money for this.
You got shit move in front of these openings. These little gremlins are getting out.
That's why we have the gremlins.
They're going to march right into Copper Demons, and they're going to get punched right in the gut.
No, I think
You're
they
gonna let
said
that
they're
happen.
going to sneak in.
You're going to let this happen. This is how you run things now.
You came out okay.
I didn't march in all head
You're right, you snuck in.
first.
Listen, these are the best thieves in Pandora. They are now just recognizing sometimes you have to be armed.
I don't like it.
You think I do? The Copper Demon is beating children within an inch of their lives.
So why don't you and me go take care of it, rather than let the little ones take care of our dirty work?
What are two of us going to do? They are a gang of people. The little ones can hit on multiple fronts very quickly and quietly.
What happened to you, Papa?
You mean what happened to me? We're surviving here. This city has gone to shit. It is getting harder and harder to keep these boys fed, keep these boys safe.
And it sounds like you're just giving up. You ain't even trying. You're just letting them take care of them rather than you take care of them.
I'm doing my best. There's 25 of them, and there's me.
Sure, so just let them march off, get their ass whooped.
Look, I can go with you if you want. As he kind of leans forward and catches himself on a barrel. I'm not gifted like you, Del.
Used to be. I used to think you were.
I really did.
From the tent, you hear one of the kids grunt out, "Papa!" Oh, shit. Scold me later, Dell, as he turns and walks towards one of the tent.
Where are the kids that marched on?
Oh, they're already outside.
And I rush out.
To catch up with them. Henry.
What?
Catch me up. What we doing?
Bob's got the Molotovs if we need them. Carrie's got the shuriken so we can hit him from afar. And I'm feeling fucking energized. As you see the mist begin to swirl once again, as Henry's demeanor begins to change, as you see the mist kind of lean up and grab a cigar and blow a poof of smoke as the mist begins to dissipate again, as Henry kind of like bounces around in a fucking... We need supplies. And if we can hit some of them along the way, I don't see a downside.
Fuck it. I'm in.
Hell yeah. As they all get on their bicycles and start making their way towards the Copper Demon, or Copper, what the fuck are they called?
Yeah, Copper Demon.
Copper Demon Company.
And I jump on my motorcycle and I'm going real slow right along with them.
So as you guys make your way into the Copper Demon, you see the Copper Demons are out everywhere right now. They are mostly on the cusp of your guys' territory. As you see them start entering into shops, breaking windows, hustling some of the shop owners for money. As you see Henry kind of skid onto his bike as he sees one of these and doesn't think twice, doesn't notify anybody, starts sprinting towards one of the members that is walking out of Auntie M's. With a fistful of money and a broken front window.
Which district are we in?
You guys are on the edge of the Foundry right now.
Edge, as in our side?
Yes. So they're pressing in on your side, pushing in on the storefronts. As you see Henry running towards, he sets out a fucking blood-curdling growl. As he goes to punch, 3 knives come out of his hand as he stabs them directly into the Copper Demon member, who kind of looks down, confused, before falling backwards.
This shit's getting out of control. This is just like in the street?
Yes.
I'm gonna, like, realizing things are getting out of control, and especially Henry is losing his shit from being, like, touched by the rift for the first time. I'm gonna quickly look around and I see a garbage pail kind of tipped over with some shit inside, and I'm gonna quickly use my mist to, I want to create basically almost like a locking mechanism that would not only bind his hands, but bind them like to his body and his feet.
Okay.
And just like, because he's about to lose it and he's gonna create a whole lot of havoc. So does that change the game?
Yep, that's gonna be change the game.
Can scrap for parts, mother invention. That's it.
Okay, so +2.
Oh my god. It's a 2. +2.
So yeah, as you're trying to kind of like piece together these parts, the stress of the scenario is kind of getting to you, and you're not being able to piece together as you keep trying to like watch for Henry. As he kind of stands up from him, and you see fear kind of written on his face as he kind of backpedals a little bit before looking down at the lifeless body before picking up the money and turning to Auntie M. Here you go, Auntie. I think this is yours. As he kind of steps backwards and runs off into an alley.
I'm gonna try to chase him after him.
Okay.
And
as you turn into the alley, you don't see him anywhere. You just see some dumpsters.
Henry!
You hear sniffling off behind one of the dumpsters. And it's
And
easy to follow the droplets of blood
Yeah.
leading directly to him.
Yeah. And I'm just gonna kind of talk out loud, knowing where he is. And knowing that we're alone, like I look around and see that we're alone. I know you're scared. I was scared too. I told you, you got magic in you. And it could be for good. Or it could be for whatever you just did.
What the fuck is happening?
I know. You're not in this alone, and you don't have to be.
I just wanted to help.
I know. And I turn the corner around the dumpster, and I like get way down.
You see the claws are still out as he tries to like backpedal away from you.
Hey.
No, you gotta get away. You gotta get away.
I trust you.
He stopped moving. He was gonna hurt Auntie, and I didn't want anything to happen to her.
I know your heart is in the right place. Just like you remember a couple years ago when old Chunk, he was threatening our buddy, and you came and you slugged him right in the face. And I know it was out of love, and I know you love both of Chunk and little Teddy, but you took care of shit.
I killed him, Del.
Hey,
Stop.
Hey, look at me.
He stopped moving.
look at me. You got magic in you. And I'm going to kind of let the mist reveal my mechanical arm. I got magic in me.
I don't understand. As he kind of looks up at his hands, and both sets of claws are currently out.
This city is full of some amazing and terrifying things. But whether they're amazing or terrifying, it just depends on what you do with them.
Go ahead and roll face danger. As you hear some voices down the end of the hallway. The sons of bitches are over here. As you hear a gunshot let off.
I'm gonna eye for detail and snooping around. Can I use this?
I'm not giving you eye for detail.
Oh, because I didn't see it coming.
Yeah.
Okay. +1! Woo! Okay, 7 + 1 is 8.
All right. So on an 8, you take the status with a -1 tier. So the bullet fires off as it skims past you, just giving you a tier 1 grazed.
And they're at the... How many are there?
3 of them. To
And they're at the end of the
clarify,
alley?
in a fight, this is going to be a... You're not fighting 3 individuals. This is a danger group. So it's just one group of people you have to be. It's not 2v3 in this scenario, just to clarify. This is one danger, not 3 individual dangers.
Cool. All right, Henry. You're about to get a whole lot of learning real quick. We do things that matter. Right now, we gotta protect each other. That's what matters.
You see him quickly dry his eyes as he begins running down the alleyway directly at them.
And I'm gonna reach behind and grab my hammer. This is what I invented last week, Jeff says. And I'm gonna whip out the handle and cock the handle. And I'm gonna run towards him. On your left, Henry. And I'm gonna go for. I'm just gonna take a big swing into the leg of.
Go ahead and
the first
roll go toe
guy
to
that I
toe.
can see. I'm gonna use the shotgun hammer as a story tag.
Yep.
And Hephaestus had a positive/negative effect on me.
Shotgun hammer.
Can I go for an ingenuity?
Yeah.
Okay, 2. 6 plus 3 is 9 plus 2 is 11.
All right. So choose 2. You manage to achieve your goal. Take something they hold. You get them good, giving your opponent a tier status with tier equals power. You block, dodge, or counter their best attempts.
I'm gonna try to get him good.
right.
I want to just basically
So that's
take
going
out
to
his
be
leg.
plus. You did what? +2. So
Plus
that's going to be a
2.
+3.
Of-
And as you swing that shotgun hammer, you manage to catch it right in the knee, and one of them drops to the ground. So that's your 1. So you can either manage to achieve your goal, take something they hold, i.e. that'd be something like a gun, or you can counter their the next face danger.
And that takes something they hold as like an example.
It's an
of trying to
example, yeah.
achieve.
You can
It's not
manage to
only
achieve your
taking.
goal is.
So my goal really is to, like, back them the fuck off. And so my hope is to take out one in the knee, but then the rest know that they better scurry.
So yes and no. So they have a tier list like you guys do that you have to hit to beat them.
Okay.
You are close to beating them, not quite. So if you're basically invoking a like a fear tag against them, so they're
Yeah.
going to have more difficulties pulling things off against you. So that's kind of a gray area for achieve your goal. You get them good,
You need something tangible
right?
for achieving goal.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I want to get them good, and my goal would be just to completely incapacitate at least one of them.
Sure, absolutely.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll face danger again for me.
Can I use eye for detail now that I can
Yes.
see them? The rest don't really track. 4 plus 4 is 8, plus 1 is 9.
So on a 9, I'm actually going to give you another +1 because they are not doing too well there. So as the one of them behind kind of comes at you to swing the bat to hit you with it, Henry comes up with his claws and stabs it directly into their bicep before kind of leaning backwards and kicking another one. At this point, 2 of them are now excruciating pain as the other one kind of runs off in absolute fucking fear of what just took place.
Amazing.
So one is at our feet, like holding his knee. And
The other one's fucking trying to stop the bleeding in his arm. As Henry kind of steps onto the street, tears still running down his face. I'll fucking get you!
And Henry, let's go. Come on, come on.
As he's running, he kicks the one that he just stabbed in the arm in the face before running back to his bike. Bitch.
And I screw the bike, hop on mine.
Okay.
And I throw him in the front and kind of sit behind him, and we take off back towards the Foundry. And I hope the rest of the kids are okay. 'Cause they're running havoc through, but hopefully they're sneakier than Henry was, because he's kind of on a rampage.
I think that's a good place to roll credits.
I was not expecting that when I checked in with the Foundry. I just wanted to see if they were okay, and I was really trying to avoid it, but Henry was not. I'm like, well, okay. And yeah, and I have such a hard time. You'll find a couple times already that Dell has such a hard time, like, treating kids like kids. Like, on one hand, now that I'm older, I want to protect them. I don't want them. I see, like, the folly in their just running into situations blind, but also that's exactly what I did, and that's what we all did, and I got through it, and I'm capable, so I don't want to make them feel less valued or less worthy of capable. So it happened with Mikey, and it happened with Henry. I'm like, okay.
Welcome to parenting, bud.
Ooh, it's hard.
But now to one of my favorite aspects of this game, geek out during credits.
Oh boy, do we have a lot to geek out about.
That gang meeting,
Oh
though?
my god.
We didn't even get back to the text. We went backward in time to just what I thought was going to be a little montage. Oh, it's a whole scene. Got it.
I had to make sure you
Yeah.
played a little bit this game or this session.
I was trying to link back up with Andresh so we can play together.
You'll get there, don't
But-
worry.
We'll get there.
fine.
We'll get there
We
eventually.
took turns.
But, oh man, that was... I'm
a lot.
super excited that there's a Wolverine character.
Hell yeah. It took me a second. I thought it was Goku at first.
Goku?
Blue underwear, spiky hair. That's not Goku. Who is that?
Now I get it.
Yeah, I was trying to mentally picture because I was trying to remember. I was like, is it better we go yellow and blue Wolverine, or am I supposed to go yellow and brownish orange Wolverine? Like, which
Oh,
one
yeah.
will be a lot more evident for them to gather what I'm going with here?
Well, blue and yellow is more, I guess, classic Wolverine. Blue and or yellow and brown is classic Dax.
Dax?
Yeah, you'll
Dax or Drax?
I don't know which character you're talking
Yeah.
about. Like
Dax is, I think he was a member of the Thunderbolts. Even
Okay.
he's like the negative Wolverine. Like he has almost the same powers. He has, I think, 2 blades, almost like X23.
Gotcha.
I think he might be actually his son or a clone of
Okay.
Wolverine, but
he's
he's a little
got so
psycho.
many fucking descendants. Who fucking knows
Yeah,
that horny
he's got a ton of
bastard?
children.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really excited that there's...
Talking, I'm getting my encyclopedia now.
I'm very excited that there's a Wolverine mythos in the world because I love Wolverine. He's one of my favorites. But yeah, that meeting of the minds of Pandora City, especially after setting up the drama of Pierce Snyder, like going specifically looking for the broker. This is going to be interesting because, and also the setup of the N versus 3, and the broker is kind of setting up their own, the starts of their own army.
Yep.
So this is, I don't know how.
Where
this
am I
is
going with
to
this
go.
story? I don't fucking know.
Remember when this was supposed to be like a monster of the week kind of feel?
Listen, that
We were just gonna get different cases and solve them each week and keep it simple.
that was the intent, and you guys kept expanding on ideas. Like, that's a great idea.
That's a great fucking idea. We should do that.
I'm not gonna tell you guys no just to fucking fill a fucking mediocrity fucking idea that I had.
Fuck.
Why
yeah,
do you
fuck
think
yeah,
I like
fuck.
collaborative storytelling? Because I have okay ideas, and other people are like, what if we do? I'm like, that's so much fucking better.
Not Dax, Dakin.
Oh,
D-A-K-E-N.
gotcha.
Dakin Akiro. Yeah, he's got 2 retractable claws, mutant healing,
Cool.
and I think he's Anyway, moving on.
Love it.
Glad you could resolve that real quick.
Thank you. But yeah, I am super excited for what comes next in the story because, oh my god, I have no idea. I have no idea what is.
I definitely
I
know
have no
what's
idea where
going
this is
on.
going to go.
I definitely know. I've got a whole clear pathway planned out, and
Oh, definitely,
Trekked ahead.
absolutely, perfectly.
I prepped
clearly.
for all of this.
All of it. I find myself keep trying. Like today's goal for me, and maybe this isn't how I should be playing, I guess. But my goal was like, I want to drive us towards the case. Like I know we've got 3 voicemails. I want one of those cases. I want to figure out a new mystery. But just the story keeps expanding, and I'm like, well, I guess it's just not that kind of campaign. It's almost like a normal D&D kind of style campaign.
I didn't mean to make it so sandboxy, but we're not great about small plans. We all do grandiose, even if that's
You're not great about small plans. You don't know how not to make world-ending events every day.
not every day. I gotta keep you guys excited and wanting to
reality.
come back to play more. I have to leave
Getting-
cliffhangers so you guys keep hanging out with me.
Getting all the gang leaders together, invoking a new gang.
That was all
giving
him.
Della gun.
Both
like,
of those ideas came
world
from
ending.
Jeff Sitz.
Shattered Reality was you too?
No, that one was mine, but the voice stemmed from a request that Jeff Sitz had that he would like to see.
Which
And Gang
did
Meeting was
ago.
also all him.
weeks ago, like that came up about the voice. You said, oh, now the neon pillar is gonna be called the voice, but then that was misunderstanding.
Yep.
And then the voice just disappeared. I'm like, oh, okay, I guess that was confusion, and now it comes back.
Yeah. No, I did specifically request, I'm like, once because it was after we had talked about the TTRPG that I can't remember the name of, that was loosely based off of Jet Set Radio, and I was just like, can we please have a gang in the city that is basically based off of Jet Set Radio as well, like a group of kids with attitude that skateboard and roller skate all around and tag and spray paint shit and are neon colored. So I'm so happy that they're here.
I got a little more personal anti-capitalism in that little rant I went through than I intended.
Love it. No, it's perfect.
It was good. I kind of want their district to be called like if they're the voice, then something like the forum or a place where the voice is heard.
The
Like, that's
amphitheater.
That's not a
Yeah.
bad one.
Something like that. That's just what came to mind. But there are too many loose threads in both of our characters' lives to even be pulling right now. Like, I want to find Darius. I want to find my dad. I want to know more about the Mist. Now I want to know why Papa Bo is backing the voice. Who's Alexander?
So, well, we will figure all this out in sessions upcoming, I'm sure. Or, maybe not. Maybe there's
Probably
going to be... Yeah, maybe there's just going to be more and more bread trails for us.
Only more questions, never more answers.
Yeah.
Why? Because I don't prep that far ahead. But until next time. Oh wait, well, hold on. I lied. Hey, on Monday we have Geek Out sessions with this beautiful
Yeah.
son of a bitch. I'm mirrored, so I'm confusing myself
bitch,
right now.
the son of.
This beautiful son of a bitch here. We're not professionals, so we bring on professionals to make us look good by highlighting the cool shit that they do.
Somehow.
Will I be streaming Wednesday? I don't know. My life doesn't fucking stop. But if we're not here Wednesday, we'll be back next Thursday with another episode of City of Mist. Yeah, so until next time, I'm T.
I'm Boser.
I'm Jeff Sitz.
And you guys just keep geeking out.
Geeking out.
Bye.
Take care, y'all.
Bye.
Love ya.